Hey guys, welcome to the show. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about a super campy 80s horror classic. So hang tight, we'll be right back with you.
Welcome to the J Squared Horror Podcast, where two lifelong horror fans talk all things horror. Pour yourself your favorite drink and hang out. Here are your hosts, Josh and Jake.
What's up, everybody? I forgot to press our mic buttons. Welcome to the J Squared Horror Podcast. I'm Josh.
And I'm Jake.
And on today's episode, like I said, we are going to be talking about a super campy 80s film. Jake.
We are covering 1980s New Year's Evil, directed by Emmett Alston.
Man. I know a lot of you probably haven't heard of this one.
I'm sure they have.
But if you haven't, it's free on Amazon Prime for the next 5 days.
It's also free on YouTube forever.
Oh, well, there you go. Free on YouTube, free for 5 days on Amazon Prime. Pause our video, go watch this amazing flick, get back to the channel, and check out this episode. Yeah. What would we like to let anybody new to our channel know?
As always, like and subscribe on the aforementioned YouTube.
Pretty please.
Also find us on Spotify, Apple, Google, and Anchor. You can follow us on Instagram, J Squared Horror Podcast. Link tree in the bio. New episodes every Thursday.
Every Thursday that we can, we're going to put out pretty cool horror content. We are two lifelong horror fans that try to combine everyday life and horror and movies and themes all into one crazy horror podcast. So thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you.
This movie is about as campy 80s as you can get. From the acting to the cinematography to the story and plot. It's just, it is just, if that's something that you're into at all, you either know about this movie already or you should. I had never seen it before, but we decided to cover it. It fits into the new year. We're in between that. We're in that really awkward, the week that should never exist. Like, nobody should have to work this week.
True.
Nobody should have. It's week between Christmas and New Year should be a freebie.
Yeah, just
like everything should be 75% off everywhere you go. You shouldn't have to work. It should be PTO. And you, well, I guess the people that run the stores will have to work, but that's where social class comes in. I'm sorry.
Someone has to work, but you can just sit back and reflect on your year and prepare for a new year.
And just know that, you know, you should watch how you treat people in your life, because they might become serial killers.
That is very true.
So this movie is about a serial killer that calls into a live. This is the 80s, so they did like live radio, music, like New Year's Eve specials.
Which I think is pretty cool, though.
I do too. I mean, I guess there are some, but everything's so like big now.
I mean, it's pretty much like a New Year's special now, except it's not radio.
Yeah, it's all like underground rock and roll, and like
you can call in. Yeah, you got a band there. You're like voting on your favorite song of the year.
Yeah.
It's good shit.
And then there's so somebody calls into the radio show, as she said, you can call into the radio show or the live programming. And you get to see him talk. So you know who it is. Has he?
Which is such a strange concept.
It's such a, like, to immediately go into the movie. I know who the killer is.
Show the killer immediately.
It's just a normal dude, like using a voice changer.
And he like puts
it in his mouth.
But like in the movie, he doesn't.
Yeah.
It's very strange how it works.
Some plot holes.
Whatever, you know.
It's the 80s. You can get away with it.
It's close enough to his mouth.
Yeah, he was figuring it out. Maybe he didn't have to change it as much later on. I don't know.
He's in the phone booth.
Yeah.
Using the device.
Yeah.
And I like when he says he's evil.
Yeah, he is evil.
And she goes, "Oh, so you're like a bad boy?" He said, "No. I'm evil."
Get it right. You get my name. We put some respect on it. And he says he's going to kill some people.
Yeah, what I like about that, he kills one woman at midnight in every time zone.
That was a cool concept.
It was, yeah. It's different.
I thought that he was in those time zones.
I thought he was too. But
I thought he was just traveling the United States killing people, but you find out later on he's just hanging out in that area.
In probably like a 20-minute radius.
Yeah, 20-mile radius. Just chilling, killing, not getting caught. The cops are busy on New Year's Eve. His first kill, very uneventful. Behind the curtain kill. Lady in a hotel room.
Yeah. So I found that very interesting.
Yeah.
The way he snuck in there, got into the shower.
Yeah.
And didn't do anything.
She had horse shit survival instinct.
I think it was just the water dripping annoyed her so much.
Yeah.
Which I get.
I definitely understand.
It is annoying.
Yeah.
But still.
This movie, on a gore factor, 2. If 1.
I was going to say 1.
Yeah, 1.
Yeah.
It's not campy in the sense of like gore. It's campy in the sense of storyline and acting.
Acting, editing.
Yeah. It's thrown together with some duct tape. That's for sure.
It's a good time though.
It is an enjoyable, campy 80s horror film. Like we mentioned outside, it reminds you a little bit of like a Motel Hell or some of those like super, what you're getting.
Yeah.
There's no crazy plot devices. There's no crazy backstories.
But I said that to you a couple days ago. You're like, it is pretty much what you think it is.
It is exactly what you would expect.
Yeah.
Seeing the poster or like the picture that is associated with this movie, because it's like, just look back at some of our thumbnails from like The Burning and like Valentine and some of it's like the same exact style of poster.
I mean, I like the tagline for it though.
What was the tagline?
Don't make any New Year's resolutions unless you plan to live.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. So don't plan too far ahead.
It would be more scary if he was like going after like more than just like easy women. Not easy in the sense. Well, there's one, the second kill, but we'll get into that kill because that was bothering me so much.
She was so into him so quickly.
Yeah, like
I mean, it's late at night. It's
literally
New Year's, you're at work.
says, "I've known you 10 minutes, but tonight, that's okay."
Yeah, because he asked, "Does that matter?"
What?
Nope.
You work at a mental institution. You should not be trusting a random person coming up to you and putting the moves on you.
I do love, though, how he has so many disguises.
Yeah, dude, he's got an outfit for
no
everything.
one knows who you are.
Nope.
Why do you need disguises?
Never.
No one knows who you are.
He's not wearing a mask.
No.
He just wears different outfits.
And a mustache.
Yeah. He looks so trustworthy. He does. He's got nice slick back hair.
He's got a mustache. He's out here. I got my Mercedes. You guys want to get in?
Yeah.
But I like how you see his mood change in and out.
Yeah.
Every now and then.
You definitely see he's a little cuckoo. And you find out that he is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not right in the head.
He is not.
Clearly.
You can tell, obviously, serial killer.
Yeah. If you go from, hotel rooms to mental wards to bars, you're just covering the slough.
Who was super weird, though, was the son.
Dude.
Derek?
He was so creepy.
The scene where he put, like, the stocking over his head.
Yeah. And he's, like, taking medicine. And he's, like, barely able to, like, comprehend, like, what's going on in the first place. But, I mean, it's... I thought the son was going to somehow play more into it
immediately
than what the final outcome ultimately was. But, with the second kill, I just want to let I think people have grown a lot, but just keep in mind there are bad people out there. Maybe stick to like a 3-date rule. Definitely not if you're at work at a mental institute.
The first 3 minutes.
The first, if you're ready to get laid in the first 10 minutes of meeting somebody during your shift at a mental ward, you might die.
Yeah, dude just pops up. Boom, I got champagne. You in?
Shit, sounds like a good time to me. I've been at work all day. Fuck yeah, let's do this. I mean, you catch me on a bad enough day, I might say yes too. Shit. It's been a long day, man. Wait, you got alcohol? Shit. You can hang me out right here.
He has alcohol, some big boombox type machine thing
He
going.
constantly had his voice changing radio machine.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's the 80s. I think people did walk around because like now we have like cell phones that can play music and like all sorts of cool stuff. But I saw somebody walking down the street the other day legitimately holding a boombox on the corner of the street.
Yeah. Take that inside.
That just,
I don't want to hear what you're listening to.
Not at all. And, the one thing that I will say, though, that the 80s played into a good reason that he did it is using payphones.
Payphones seem like the most inconvenient thing there is.
They were the most convenient.
I feel like they're not, though.
How? We back then,
Yeah,
I've used payphones.
I have too, but
Yeah.
what if someone's using that payphone?
You just got to wait a couple minutes.
I remember years ago, there's a McDonald's by my parents' house, and there was a payphone.
Yeah.
Outside said McDonald's. I had a cell phone at that point. I lost it,
That makes sense.
and I used the payphone after waiting for 20 minutes.
Somebody was on it for 20 minutes?
Yeah.
That's rude.
Just,
There should be like a time limit, like 5 minutes per call.
and it's almost like he was on it. He glanced over, he see me there.
He's like, I'm going to keep this conversation
No.
going.
Fuck this kid. If nothing has someone that's that important. So he keeps talking. And I remember calling my parents' house,
Yeah.
and I think my dad answered. And like the second I started talking, he hung up.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I called back again. And my mom answered this time.
Yeah.
And I explained to her I lost my cell phone. I got like jumped or something, I think.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. It was a whole thing. I thought, damn, if I had my cell phone,
You'd be good.
I could just call.
Yeah.
I had to wait 20 minutes.
Phew. Yeah.
Yeah. Cell phones and buses are super inconvenient.
Payphones.
What did I say?
Cell phones.
Payphones.
I was like, wait, I thought you were
I mean-
talking about the
I mean,
solution.
Cell phones too, man. I'm not really a texter. I'll text every now. Yeah, I know.
I'm just going to start calling you.
I may answer, I may not.
That's fine.
If I do answer, it's like a 30-second conversation.
No, you actually do talk pretty well.
Do I?
Yeah, because I called you when I got the table for the convention coming up,
Okay, yeah.
and you were like super excited. You were at work too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you were like, dude, that's crazy, that's awesome. And I was like, oh my god, like
Well,
this was 3.5 minutes long.
well, look at that. Good in a whole 3-minute conversation.
My payphone story that I have is I went to go meet this. I was in middle school, high school. I think it was middle school, 8th grade.
Uh-huh.
Me and my buddy had plans to go with this group of girls to go see this movie, Stick It, the gymnastics movie, right?
Okay.
It's smooth, right? We're gonna go hang out with these pretty ladies, watching pretty ladies on the screen, right? Well, my grandparents were such sticklers of like rules.
Uh-huh.
I didn't cut the grass yet. And it's like fall, so that's like not the biggest deal to get the grass done.
I agree.
They're like, no, you have to cut the grass for us to give you a ride to the movie because we didn't have cars. We're kids.
Yeah.
His mom was at work. That was our only means of transport. There's no Ubers. There's no Lyfts. There's no cell phones. We didn't have cell phones.
Yeah.
Kids started having cell phones, but we didn't have them yet. So do you remember 21 Jump Street
I do.
when they're cutting the grass and they're like in their outfits?
Yeah.
That was pretty much it, except like instead of that, like I would do a section. I'm like, I'm going to go shower. I ran inside. I showered. He finished. He ran inside, showered. I put up the lawnmower, got everything put away. So the grandparents give us a ride. We're running late as shit. Right?
Okay.
We don't have cell phones to hit these girls up.
Oh, boy.
So we're like, okay, let's go to the movie. We'll just look for a group of 6 girls. Because that's who was going with us.
Yeah.
Not thinking this entire fucking theater was ponytails. Every fucking row was nothing but women.
Yeah.
So we walked down the aisle. We bought the last 2 tickets to this movie.
Uh-huh.
It's sold out. Regal Greenbrier. We turn around. I do this funny move because I'm irritated.
Yeah.
We walk out the theater. I have like some change on me because I knew a payphone might be necessary tonight,
Okay.
right? So we go up to the clerk and we're like, hey, we couldn't find the people we're trying to meet. Can we return our tickets? She's like, no.
Of course not, no.
But you can exchange them for another movie.
Makes sense.
We're like, oh, we're looking. Benchwarmers, 10 o'clock. Here you go. Cool. And we're like 16 years old. So we're like, cool, let's run across the street to the mall. We're broke. Let's get whatever we can, food-wise, and then go play video games at GameStop. Kill time.
Yeah.
That was when they had the little testers.
I remember those, yeah.
So we do that. We run across the street. I almost get hit by a car. Run across the street. Get back to the movie theater, right? My buddy was having a moment because he almost saw me die. Like, me almost getting hit by a car was so close that he closed his eyes. And I just went, hey, what you do? Watch it. You know, like a New Yorker, you know? He said he closed his eyes and immediately thought that I was going to be dead, right? So we get to the movie theater. We go watch Benchwarmers. We are laughing. Like, we're so weak. And mind you, we're not thinking. We have no means of transportation home.
Yeah.
We are children who were supposed to get a ride back with this group of girls. One of their parents were going to take us home as well. So we went to a movie. I think it was like 9 o'clock.
Did you ever catch these girls
right?
at all?
The girls are gone.
They're gone?
They've already gone home. Their movie was at like 6. We went to the mall, killed time for a couple hours, then went to the 9 o'clock showing of Benchwarmers because we're not losing our $7.
Yeah.
So we go watch it.
Movies used to be so cheap.
It's so cheap, right? Then we get out of the movie theater. Remember, we are 16 years old.
Yeah.
It is now 11:30 at night.
Okay.
It's only us in the theater.
Yeah.
There's a cop at the front door, and we're trying to hide from him because we are now out past curfew.
Yeah.
I have just enough change in my pocket to make one phone call. That's it. So I'm running through the numbers I have memorized. Grandparents, not a chance.
Yeah, no.
Not a chance
Not
of
a chance.
waking them up
Yeah.
from going to this movie this late. I only knew my mom's number and my aunt's number by heart at the time. My mom, I was like, I'm not trusting this vibe. But there was something telling me my aunt would answer.
Yeah.
Hit those numbers. It's ringing. I'm sweating. I get this just tired hello. Yo, Aunt, listen. You got to come pick me and step on up, right? And she's like, oh, my God, where are you guys at? I'm like, Greenbrier, Regal, we're stuck. We have no way home, and it's now past curfew. She goes, all right, just hang tight. Be right there. As I hang up the phone, cop's already en route. And we're like, cool, we got this.
Yeah.
Cop comes up. He goes, what are you guys doing? We're like, hey, we kind of goofed. Tonight did not go to plan, but my aunt is on her way. I just got off the phone with her. He goes, all right, I'm going to stand out front with you guys. You guys cannot be in here anymore. We're like, they're closing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So we're standing outside. My aunt pulls up, sees us standing with a cop. She looks terrified.
Of course.
Right? So I get in the car. We go home. She drops us off. He wasn't even supposed to stay. His mom has not heard from him since school got out. My grandparents have not heard from me since they dropped us off at the movie. So then, like, his mom comes, picks him up. He gets whooped. Like,
of course he
I
does.
was grounded for like 3 weeks. All because we didn't have cell phones and we tried to go to a movie with some girls.
Now, if there were more payphones out, maybe you could have called in advance, before you left the house or when
The
you're
amount
running
of
late.
payphones weren't the issue. It was the change in my pocket that was the issue.
You got to have change on you at all times.
You should.
Change in cash. You never know. Because, what if computer systems go down or something? You always need cash on you, a pair of jumper cables, what's that, gas tank? Or what's the thing's called?
Where do you keep yours?
In my trunk.
Do you?
Yeah.
Is it like a super fancy Toyota one?
No.
It's like built into your.
It's a $10 one I bought
built
from,
into your
from
trunk.
Dollar General.
You hit a button and it just fills your tank from the inside. As you drive around this fancy ass fucking SUV.
Not too long ago, we had that like gas shortage thing here around here.
Yeah.
I remember I had my little Jeep at that point. A little 4-cylinder, didn't take that much gas.
Yeah.
There was no gas anywhere, and I went into an O'Reilly's to get a gas container.
Yeah.
It was like $40.
Yeah, they were like, supply and demand.
Yeah, so I paid for it, and I had to get gas like 11:30 at night. I had to wait for an hour.
Yeah. That was crazy. All because of like a hurricane.
Yeah, and I left my car parked on the street
Yeah.
and just stood like behind cars.
You're like, I'm not dealing with this.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Someone's out of gas. I'm just going to stand here and wait.
There's crazy times, man.
Yeah.
So, circle back to this here film. Movie. Whatever you want to call this. All right, can you explain what happens between the motorcyclists? Is that just pure rage? He just gets upset that they cut him off, yell at him or something?
No.
Like, why did he go after them? He's not there. That's not his typical kill.
Okay, so he's now dressed as a priest
Yeah.
at the light. The motorcyclists like flick him off.
Oh, okay.
And they keep going. And he's looking at his book, I guess, reading up on how to pretend to be a priest.
Touche.
He's not paying attention, and he hits them with his car.
Oh, okay. I thought he just rammed him out of anger.
No, he
Okay.
was looking down. He hits
Distracted
him.
driving.
He looks up. Doesn't seem too bothered by it.
Not at all.
Until they're like jumping on his hood and
Yeah.
on his windshield, and he peels out of there.
Yeah. And then, so that was after the third kill, right? The two girls at the bar?
Yeah, no, that's his third and fourth.
Oh, third and fourth. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was his third and fourth. Yeah,
Yeah.
so,
He's rocking his mustache.
yeah,
got his-
he's looking super good.
looking like Leisure Suit Larry in there.
Yeah,
you know,
he's
doing
going
his
to
thing.
a party. These girls are obviously looking to have some fun on New Year's Eve. That one was annoying.
Well,
though.
she said we weren't looking to get picked up, just to have a good time.
Yeah, that one was annoying, though. The
When I
one that got killed first?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was just real, super talkative.
Bubbly. But like that woo girl bubbly. Ugh.
Yeah,
It was terrible. I wasn't too mad that she died.
I'm not a fan of that.
The woo girls?
Yeah,
Yeah. And then, like, so I was not expecting the hiding in the dumpster. I wasn't.
no,
I thought he was going to let her live. I thought he was just going one and done.
I did too.
And so she's following the
he's
breadcrumbs.
He's on a whole time restraint.
Yeah, he's following the breadcrumbs. She's following the breadcrumbs out of the liquor store. He sends her inside. And
Yeah.
He's like, hey, go get whatever you need and then get me some champagne.
Yeah.
And so she does. And then he kills the other girl. And then
Speaking of that, the change that guy gives back to her is like $96.
I was so confused.
He gave her but how much was champagne back then?
It was $3.
Okay,
She
go
got
ahead.
something else too.
Did she?
Had to have.
So it was $2 then.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe she stole. I don't know.
I don't know either.
But their interaction, because the editing is so bad,
Yeah.
he hands
It's
her
like
the
harsh.
money.
Yeah.
He says, "Thank you," and she just nods her head.
Yeah, there were like awkward
Yeah.
moments throughout this entire movie.
I don't think she spoke until she found the shoes.
Yeah. But like that clerk sitting there, he was probably like, "Can you say cut, please?"
Yeah.
Because it was so awkward. He's like,
I'm just
"Here's
gonna
your
stand
change.
here."
Have a good night." It's like, just move on.
Him just
I can
standing
cut
there.
this tension with a knife right now. And it wasn't like for cinematic reasons. It was just bad editing.
Yeah, terrible editing.
That's super ironic though, because we talked about editing on the Oscar episode. And we're like, we don't even understand editing that
Yeah,
well.
now we get it.
Yeah, we get it. Why horror isn't respected? I get it.
But yeah, him waiting in that trash can. My first thought
I thought
was,
she was going to be in there.
what if she just came outside, saw the car was gone,
Yeah.
and just went inside and called the police? How long would you wait in that trash can?
I bet you give yourself about 10 minutes.
I would think 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, 10, 15 minutes. You're hiding in there. You're like, she didn't take the bait. I'm out.
Yeah. Then someone's riding down the street and just sees some guy in a mustache and a suit
Like climbing out
of a
dumpster.
trash can. All right,
No, it's just New Year's Eve.
whatever. Just having a good time. I won't say anything.
So you got those two kills. And then the horrible cops that find them.
Oh, yeah, they get there. Oh, what is that? Blood? Oh, we're going to need help. Let's go right back to the car.
Then they're like walking down the street. Was he following the cat? Like, what drew him to
For
that
a
fenced-in
second,
area? It looked
I
like
think he was.
He was like, just like, man, fuck it. This is a clue.
Let's follow this lead.
Then you find them hung up in a backyard somewhere. Then yeah,
Oh yeah, the chick comes down the slide.
that was some of that campy gold that you look
Someone,
for.
1, 2, he's push her down.
All right, go. And then yeah, you get to the motorcycle stuff because he's now en route to the final.
Yeah,
he's in. So throughout this movie, there's a detective and a cop that are at the hotel or the building
who clearly don't want to help.
So it's like that whole like, oh, you're into like punk and rock and like you brought this on yourself.
Yeah,
Like, you know, he says that at the beginning of the movie. He's like, oh wow, so you're surprised that this is happening, and she's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like there's a normal amount of weird, and then there's this, and
Yeah.
I think this is beyond this. And so he doesn't really give a shit, but he's there, he's helping. And they're like, lock down the hotel or lock down the building, nobody in, nobody out. And you're just like, all right, this guy's got 10 outfits. He's going to figure some shit out. Then you see how he gets into this hotel. He sees that there are cops out front, and he is dressed as
The priest.
the priest.
Yeah.
Then he's going through the parking garage, hides behind this wall, sees 2 cops. One goes inside, the other one's standing outside, and he's just like, hey, I got a drunk over here. And the cop's like, oh, okay. Leaves his post. You never leave your post, first of all.
Never leave your post.
And then just gets a brick to the dome. Just right to the head. No survival instincts, no gun, no flashlight out. Just
Yeah.
open to just getting hit in the head by a
He
brick.
just stuck his neck out. Done.
Then he gets the outfit, gets in. And then
Which that is crazy. He puts his uniform on
yeah.
and speaks to another police officer.
There's the cop that you would assume went inside, came back out, and sees a cop walking up with a fucking radio
Yeah.
slung over his body, and he's just like, how's it going, Bill? How's it going, Steve?
I think,
And then you kind of see the actor.
That name on his uniform looks familiar. Not the same face,
yeah.
though.
And then you kind of see, like, for a second, like, that actor, like, he was trying his best, and then he, like, looks, like, confused, and I'm like, was that supposed to be in this movie? Or did he not get the cue cards of that's what's going on?
He was like, who the fuck is this dude?
Since you would stop him. You're on lockdown. Who's this cop walking? Would you just get back from lunch? You took your break? What is this? And then the movie takes a really weird turn. Because it goes from like the serial killer to now like this like what am I looking for?
I mean, the dude is a woman-hating
Killer.
psychopath.
Yeah, but like I'm talking about, like it goes to what the fuck is that? Chris, everybody says it's a Chris Die Hard. It turns into like a Die Hard-esque film.
He's like fucking with the elevator.
Yeah, he's rewiring the elevator. He knows how to open the fucking panel perfectly.
Yeah. So my first thought was
The camera works,
this dude must be like an engineer for this job.
but he's not.
He figured out how to make the security cameras only focus on the elevator.
Right next to the panel
And then
that he puts some clips on and can make it go really fast.
Yeah,
because after
it
he
can
puts the
adjust
clips
the
on
speed
it,
and where
he
it
puts a
goes.
screwdriver in it and just starts wiggling it. And he's like, got it.
But it worked.
But before that, sorry, he goes up to the hotel. He's in the main lady's hotel room because you find out that's her husband.
Yeah.
Shock! Here's the big plot twist. The husband that was out of town is here, and the son knew. But, like, they're like, oh.
Wait, the son knew?
Isn't that what he was saying? Like, he had talked to his son about all this?
Oh, yeah. They had
They
conversations.
had conversations about this when he was beating her up. Because the son's weird. Forget it. Whatever. But
Yeah,
the thing
he's
that
weird and doesn't make sense why he's weird.
the thing that confused me is the lieutenant is like, he just said that the manager said that he could come in this hotel. I have been with that manager all night up until the point where I took the elevator up to take her to her room that he is in.
Yeah, he looked at that manager like,
And then he gets on the walkie and he's like, let me check this out.
check what?
Super good prop. I mean, he's trying. And then they're all downstairs. This is the 80s. Technology don't work like it does now. You can't just FaceTime and be like, yo, what the fuck? So then they're like, wait, he said this. Because, like, instead of walkie-talkieing the detective, he walkie-talkied another cop and then had to walk and find the two other people.
Yeah, you're talking to one cop who has no idea what's going on.
He's like, hey, Bill said that you said that this. And then the lieutenant's like, no, nobody said that. And he's like, I definitely didn't say that. And then he's like, her husband's crazy. Like, you don't think that would have been something important to this whole
from the
thing?
Very jump.
Like, hey, guys, keep an eye out for her husband because he gives me a weird vibe. Nope, we're just going to let this movie play out. He's going to get 5 kills. He's going to show up at the hotel untouched in a cop outfit. And then gets her in this magic elevator situation. There's a couple in there.
Yeah.
He like beats her up and then chains her to the bottom or the top.
Yeah. So it's a cop and her.
Okay.
And he's fucking with the elevator. So it knocks them out somehow.
Yeah, and he's like wrapped in some like bubble wrap.
Yeah. There's a lot going on there.
I don't know what's going on inside of that.
The elevator opens. He kicks the shit out of this cop in his face. I'm surprised he didn't kill him, but it I guess knocked him out some more.
Yeah.
And he tells his wife pretty much why he's doing this.
Yeah, you're a hussy.
Yeah, and he said women are manipulative.
Yeah.
They're dishonest.
Yep.
They're selfish.
Mm-hmm.
They lie, which is also dishonest, but whatever.
Just
whatever, you know.
Whatever words you need, buddy.
He got a lot going on. I get it.
It's a real stressful moment.
And it's been a bad year for him. What?
It's been a really bad year for me, and you didn't help.
You killed, not 4, but 3. He knew Yvonne, the first person he killed.
Yeah, he knew the first girl.
You killed 3 innocent people.
4.
They were women.
Don't forget about the biker.
And that biker, who's a dude, was very random for him.
Stop.
Because you had a bad year? And you feel women are mistreating you.
I've had 31 of them. I've yet to kill anybody that I'm aware of.
I thought, man, your reasoning fucking sucks. But
that's the
see
thing. That's the thing about this movie. Is like, yeah, super campy, cool. Like, yeah, Michael Myers doesn't make any sense. Jason Voorhees doesn't always make sense. But at least you can get on board with it.
Yeah, and at least
it's just,
they're not talking.
Yeah, they're not just a normal person
doing it. Yeah,
just doing this. Well, then he gets into the most horrible shootout between 13 uniformed cops and a detective. They're all shooting the little 6-shooters just willy-nilly.
Yeah.
And he's returning fire. And they happen to shoot this elevator panel that he has fixed up perfectly to where it solves the elevator issue right away. Then he's like, fuck it, I'm out. Just runs down this hallway. And then the cops are like, let's go. And the detective obviously leads the way. And he's like, guys, watch out. And then the chase happens.
Yeah.
This is probably about where I went to the bathroom and did not pause this movie. So you're going to have to fill them in. I came in, he yeets himself out of a window or something. All right, help him out. I don't remember this shit.
So he's on top of the building. He has his mask on.
Okay.
You tell him to drop his knife. He drops it. Put your hands behind your head. He does it. He's wearing like some feline, like tennis outfit, by the way.
Oh, by the way, he did have a suitcase perfectly placed by that elevator area with all of his outfits. I forgot about that one.
Just in case. You never know.
That shit drove me crazy.
And then he
not come into the hotel with this suitcase. It was just sitting there perfectly with all of his little outfits.
He throws himself off the building.
Yeah.
You see the dummy fall.
Yeah, dude, it's like
it's just caught in the wind.
It's just rocking back and forth in the outfit, just like.
So,
and it would have taken 35 minutes for that thing to hit the fucking ground. You could have brought in a trampoline. And
it finally hits the ground.
Yeah.
His son comes out. He sees it's his dad.
Dad, yeah.
I guess that makes him snap.
Okay, that makes sense. He was
Okay.
weird as fuck to begin
He
with.
was. So what's crazy is when they get to the scene earlier to where the detective tells them that he thinks he's going to come there, yada, 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 it cuts to the son. And he has on that red fishnet over his head and some like sunglasses.
They're like somehow underneath. They're like somehow underneath the fishnets that he put on.
The most,
And he was like walking behind the stage at one point, dressed
Yeah.
like that. And I was like, oh, he's going to kill her.
yeah. No.
No, it's not important to the storyline
He's just there
at all.
being weird as fuck.
It was
So
so,
then,
weird.
cut back to the end. We get the ambulance, and he is now driving it. So let you know,
This is when I went to the
Yeah,
bathroom, came
so-
back, because I was like, what the fuck?
he killed the original driver.
The son
And-
got a kill?
Yeah, he killed the
Oh,
driver.
okay.
And I'm assuming he kills his mom.
Oh.
Because right when they're pulling off, they talk about how it just hit midnight.
Oh, he finished the job.
That's what I'm assuming, yeah.
Okay. And then it's literally credits.
Yeah.
Oh, did you notice that one of the bands was playing the theme song for this movie in this movie?
That's song, yeah. New Year's Evil?
New Year's Evil.
By
Is that
Shadow.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a song.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
I found it on Spotify.
You guys, I'm going to put it on my playlist.
Yeah, it's good.
It's actually a pretty good song. Reminds me
Also-
of a lot of the Jason Takes Manhattan. Yeah.
Yeah. The guy who played the son
Uh-huh.
is also in what horror movie?
No idea. I did not
Okay.
recognize him at all.
He's from, I guess it's a horror movie. They're always at conventions all the time.
Oh, it's got to be Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as soon as you said that, I'm not sure if it's horror and it's at convention. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. It's definitely horror,
Yeah.
but yeah, they're always there's like 5 of them constantly at conventions.
He's been there a few times. Well, the 2 you've gone to, he's been there.
Get out of here!
Yeah.
We could have autographs by him.
Yeah, New Year's Evil. Sign this. Not Killer Clowns. New
No,
Year's Evil.
New Year's Evil. I'm gonna bring in pink pantyhose next time
Put these on.
and be like,
Put on
dude,
these sunglasses.
let me you put on these like Cyclops sunglasses. Definitely like screams 80s. That's
Yeah, it
for
does.
sure. All right. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate New Year's Evil?
On a scale from 1 to 10, New Year's Evil's a 4.
Very good score. I'll go 4.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like 2, 5, 3. But you can tell the enjoyment we got out of it, so I got to bump it up a
Yeah,
little bit
yeah.
more. It is Happy New Year's, everyone.
Happy New Year's.
This is back-to-back holiday-themed episodes because it's that fucking time of year.
Yeah, this is our final episode.
This is our final episode of 2022.
Oh, yeah, the year, not just the year.
Thank you. Thank you.
We appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Unlike what you thought Jake just said, we are very much looking forward to heading into 2023 and filling your Thursdays and whenever else you listen to us with amazing content. We're super excited. This year, we'll be up to some really fun stuff, and we are super excited about it. As always, I would like to thank our main supporters. Jeff Balance, who does our design work. Lucky Riggs, who does our intro and our outro music. Trademark Printing, who does all of our printing needs. I would like to thank my co-host, Jake, for always coming up with great movies for us to watch, being here, being the heart and soul of the J Squared Horror Podcast. I know you love him more than me, and that's okay, because he's a lovable guy. So thank you guys so much for always tuning in to the J Squared Horror Podcast. My name's Josh.
And I'm Jake.
You guys have a great week, and I'll see you next year.